Hi everyone, Emma here. I'm so excited to show you this super simple way to make a beautiful pride rainbow leather bracelet. So I got these clasps off of AliExpress, and I'll put the link in the description. I will let you know that the quality is not the best, but I mean it's really good, but there were a few little blemishes, and I did do a dispute and got the refund on them. So I just happened to pick this one up. You can see the finish here is missing. It looks like it's flaked off the silver or the gold finish on that one. And let me find this one here. You can see the paint is spreading beyond there's little grooves, channels where the paint is supposed to go in, or the enamel. And you can see there the yellow is pretty bad. So anyway, I got my refund. I think they were about $1.10 each. So I got my refund on those two. But as I was getting ready to make a silver one, it just occurred to me that this one here, let me see if there's a way I can show you. So it's hard to show you, it's so tiny, but you can see my nail fits in the groove. There's next to no enamel in this area. You wouldn't see that from a distance. So, I think once I did the dispute on this one, I could probably go back and check. I will check and see if I can do a dispute on this one. But anyway, I just wanted to let you know that that was the case. So definitely, when you get these, check them and do a dispute. I think of all the searches that I did, I only found 2 sellers selling this. I did see these on Temu. So if you're buying stuff from Temu, that's Temu. There's a seller there selling it. I don't know if it's the same seller or not. But anyway, definitely, I say that all the time. Now I'm looking, I see a silver one here. This one, there's no purple there. So actually, I might hang on to these and do a dispute, see what we can do. I actually just ordered 2 sets of each. They are amazing. So if you can get past this, do dispute, get your money back. But, the black ones are incredible. They look just amazing. I wish I had black leather, and I wish I had a lighter brown leather to go with the gold or the silver, but this leather is a round leather. It is 6 millimeters thick. I got it from Xsotica Leather, and I'll put the link to their site as well. They do ship to Canada, but I will say they use, I think, DHL or Pure Later. One of those delivery companies actually charges a $50 brokerage fee. So you might, when you place your order, you might say ship via United Postal Service only. Do not ship with these companies. I totally forgot about it, and it's been years since I ordered from them, and when I ordered it, I got, so you can imagine, I paid for tax, I paid for shipping, and I paid the $50 brokerage fee, and then the tariffs in Canada. So it was like almost $100. So yeah, not good for Canadians. But definitely if you're in the States, this is a great. So this is how this stuff comes. I don't think they have a big enough spool to put in the mailbox for this. But anyway, I ordered a bunch because I knew I had some like different clasps. So let me just show you how these work. They are magnetic, and you can, like, the magnets are strong enough. You can't pull it apart. So I'm just gently, so I don't scratch it, just pull it out to show you. So there's a magnet in there and one at the base here. And this is just a little, like, it doesn't have to be polished for that part. And this is what it looks like on the inside. So the channel is quite deep, so you have to remember that when you're cutting your leather to incorporate in the size of the length of your leather that you're going to cut. So let's take a look. This first one is for my wife, and she has a just under a 7-inch wrist. So I cut for that. This is something you may have to test out or do the calculation. So I cut out an 8-inch piece. So first of all, you want about a 1/2 inch to go around the wrist because the leather's quite stiff, so it is hard. Let me lift my sleeve here so you can see what I'm talking about. It is stiff, so if you're you're making it to fit exactly, it's going to be super awkward on your wrist. So definitely give it about a 1/2 inch, maybe a 1/4 inch, depending on your preference. And definitely you can manipulate your leather to make it softer. And I do have a wooden dowel that I use. It's a special tool for this to soften your leather. But just be aware if you're rubbing on this, you may take some of this stain and the polish that they put on it. So, but not a big deal. I like it worn a little bit anyway. So I'm just going to, you can see, I've tried to kind of cut a nice finish here, and this is going to just fit. So these, they say that these holes are 6mm. This is 6mm. I did find that this is slightly, just like a hair larger than 6mm, which is perfect because there's enough space for glue and to slide your leather in. Now, if you're making this for somebody, my recommendation is to give enough leather so that they can actually cut it to their preference. So what you can do is glue one end, and that's what we're going to do with the following ones, because I'm going to do some for some other friends. But just make sure I got the right side. That's the magnet, so you can see. So I would just glue one side and then leave the other and let them glue the other, or do it for them when you give it to them. So I'm using my E6000. You can see I'm right at the end of this, and I'm going to test this, see, I'm pretty sure it still works. It's a little drier than I would like it, but that means it dries faster. And I would leave this dry for 24 hours. And I'll tell you, I have made, so yeah, this is pretty soft. I'm using my, probably shouldn't use my bead reamer. Let me get something else. I don't want my bead reamer full of glue. So I'm just going to take this dry piece out. But, what was I saying now? There, that should do it. Okay, so this one here, I can glue both sides. So I would just go in. Yeah, I leave it 24 hours. You don't have to. I did do a bracelet that was multiple 2mm strands inside something like this. So you can imagine that it would probably come apart when you pulled on it, because there's not a substantial piece like this to hold it together. And you know what? I left it 24 hours, and the next day I even tried with pliers to get it apart. It wouldn't come apart. So now I'm just kind of squishing it in there to see if any of the glue comes out. If it does, you just wipe it off. So there's that piece there. And then we'll take this side and go in. And I would imagine, depending on how much, you can see a bit of glue, how much glue you put in there, that it might, if I put, say, this amount, then the leather's not going to go in all the way, so it'll be even longer. So just be aware of that if you need to, be a little more frugal with your glue. And so my recommendation is to leave it undone. Don't stick it together, because you know what? if you're like me, you're gonna pick it up and you're gonna pull it apart and like, oh, it came apart. So wait the 24 hours and then go. So there's for my wife. Her birthday is in 2 days. Oh, let's go to these ones. So these ones are for my special friend, Richard. If you're out there, Richard, these are for you. And I have a beautiful bezeled heart for him that he mentioned that he liked. So I wanted to send a few things in a package for him. So these are for you. You can pick one for yourself or keep them both or give them to friends. So this is the gold one. And like I said, this black is gorgeous. I feel like the black to me does outlines the rainbow colors, so that's why I love them so much. So for Richard, and Richard has a channel, it's called Real Men Can Craft Too. I hope I said that right. I said it in one video and I said something like real men can bead too, and I'm like, oh. So check out his channel. I'll find the link and put it in the description. So for him, I'm gonna do 9 inches, I believe. So this way, I think yeah, I've got 9 inches here. These two will be 9 inches. I'm only gonna glue one side. So actually we can put these back in. We're gonna glue the big side, this part here. And I'm gonna leave it open. He can cut it to his whoever he gives it to or to his size. So let's do these two. How simple is this? 12 minutes and I'm getting into 3 more bracelets or 2 more bracelets. So let's see. I'm gonna put, I don't want to put a lot, but I also want it to stick. There. Perfect. They're gorgeous. I still can't get over. I was so psyched when I saw these. So these were on Temu, and I think I mentioned that I saw it on Temu. So I was like, well, wait a minute. I bet you AliExpress has these guys. Let's see how much there. Not too bad on this one. There. Sweet. So that's the second one. And then I'm going to do these two. We go to the college for massage every week, and the students do clinical, and part of that is we get a massage. So this is for one of the teachers and one of the secretaries who happens to be the teacher's partner. So do the same for them. I'm going to leave it big so they can, I want to make sure. Okay. These are like the simplest ever. So I'll put a bit more there. Okay. And the to cut the leather, you can use an X-Acto blade or a flush cutters that you use for your jewelry cutting wire. And the flush cutters, so these guys here, when you go to cut, because this is so big, it will only cut one side, so just turn it, cut the other side. You can clean it up a little better than this, but I'll tell you, part of like it adhering is if there's a bit of bumps and grooves and stuff, the glue will get in there and stick better to the inside of the clasp. So there we go. There is these guys. I don't think I'll get them mixed up. One's quite a bit longer. And then my wife's. Let me close this one. I'll be careful not to open it so you can see what they look like. There you go. Incredible. Super easy. So super fun. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Take care, and we'll see you in the next videos. I've got some more leather bracelets to show you, and yeah, super easy. If you've got some leather around the house, whatever, let me know what you have, and I'll come up with a bracelet to go with it so that you can use it up. Take care, everybody. Bye.